Hey everyone, this is Mr. Petrollo. So for those of you that missed the notes on Monday of this or Tuesday of this past week, here is basically it in a nutshell. So I'm going to try and make this as easy as I can for you and try and get this as focused as I can too. Might be about the best I can do here. Ugh, man, that's bad. All right, we're going to try that now. All right, so this section is kind of the beginning of what we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. And the easy thing to do here is just to follow with what's going on. So notice how over the second 9 weeks, we were doing something like this, where we were saying, here's an equation. If x is equal to 2, then plug 2 in here for x and then solve for y. Well, we're not going to use the letter y anymore. What we're going to do instead is we're going to use this expression called function notation, or f of x. So f of x, if you see down here is red, what is the value of the function at x? What is the value of the function at x? So all you're doing here, basically, if you look at the same thing, if I put the number 2 here, instead of just say when x is equal to 2, if I put the number 2 here, then all you do is you substitute here and for x and here, and you still get the same answer, 11. But instead of saying y equals 11, we say f of 2 is equal to 11. You can use any variable that you want. You can use any variable that you want here. I can't get that to get any better. Man, sorry, guys. You can use any variable that you want. F of x, g of x, h of x, doesn't matter. If you have a word problem, often you can use the variable related to the problem. So if you're trying to find the area, you'd say a of x. If you're trying to find the volume, you'd say v of x, something like that. So here's how this works very quickly. Notice this says f of 3 for this function here. This says g of 2 for this function. So just be aware of what letter we have here and here that you're going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and use the first one where it says f of x is equal to 3x plus 4. So all I'm going to do is substitute in the number 3 for wherever I see x. And then I just follow my order of operations. 3 times 3 is 9. Then 9 plus 4 is 13. So my answer number 1 is 13. If I skip on over here to number 4, where it says g of negative 2, I do the same thing here. I'm going to replace wherever I see an x here with negative 2. Notice, though, because that's a negative, my suggestion would be whenever replacing the variable, put parentheses around it like I did here and like I did over here. I think it'd just be easier that way. Now, the order of operation says I have to do this first. So I have to do negative 2 times negative 2 first. That's a positive 4. So now following my order of operations here, I go 2 times 4 minus 5. And then again, this will be 8 minus 5, and the answer is 3. And that's really how you do just about all these problems here. Even if you come down here where it says number 6, where it says f of 2 minus g of 1, all you're going to do is just put in and solve for each one separately. So solve for f of 2, which would be 3 times 2 plus 4, and that's going to be 10. Solve g of negative 1, that's going to be 2 times negative 1 squared minus 5. So that's going to be 2 times 1, because negative 1 squared is 1. And that's just going to be 3 minus 5, which equals negative 2. So now I come over to here and say, well, f of 2 is 10. So we grab that 10 right up here, minus g of negative 1, which again is negative 2. So notice I'm just substituting in to f of 2 and g of negative 1, the two pieces I came up with here and here. And 10 minus 2 is a positive 12. And that's how you pretty much set these up. Oops, cut off at the bottom there, sorry. There we go. Then, if you look at number 11 here, which has a number on the outside, think of this in the same way. All you do is you do this piece first, and then you're going to multiply by negative 4. So again, using that same function, g of 2 here. That's a little bit better. Okay. So down here, I'm just going to go negative 4, And then now I got to figure out this g of 2. So g of 2 is going to be 2 times 2 squared minus 5, which is 2 times 4 minus 5, which again is 3. So I'm going to put the 3 in here for g of 2, and I'm just going to multiply it by -4. So my answer for number 11 is -12. That's basically all we were doing. The only other one that you might be a little freaked out about is one like number 14. And so I'll do that one real quickly here. So notice where I have a number on the inside, and then I have another piece on the outside. So look, I have like 2 parentheses. So what you do here is you do this g of 2 first. That's the first thing you'll do. And then you'll do f of that answer second. So the first thing I need to do is g of 2. We've already done this 3 times. This is 8 minus 5, which is 3. So now I take that 3 and I plug it into here. So notice how I did the g of 2 first, got an answer, then put it back inside of here. So now I'm just going to use that same 3 times 3 plus 4. So I have to go back to the letter F1. I get 9 plus 4, which is 13. So notice how we use when there's a function inside of another function. The only other one that we did, and I think most of you were here for, but I'll do it anyhow, is when you have a variable. When you have a variable like this one, all you're doing is taking that letter and substituting it in for x. So you see what this was my original piece. All I got to do now is just take the letter x out and replace it with the letter p. Okay. But if I have a case like I would here with number 20, all I'm going to do is plug this 2z into my function. So now it's just going to be like this. And remember, this one was 3 times, and now I replace the x with 2z plus 4. And then I just take 3 times 2, which is 6z plus 4. That's the letter z, not the number 2. It's not a 62. Okay. And if I had one like this, t minus 2 down here, I'm going to basically set it up the exact same way. I'm going to say f of t minus 2 is equal to 3 times t minus 2 plus 4. And then I'm going to do the distributive property, 3t minus 6 plus 4, and then combine whatever like terms I can. -6 plus 4 is -2. So my answer is 3t minus 2. Again, guys, I apologize that my camera is not focusing real well. I don't know why, but hopefully that'll work for you. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to give me a holler. Other than that, have yourself an outstanding day.